Restoration is brought to you by Fan Yogo and Nestle Ideal Milk.
I bring you greetings on this week's episode of Restoration with Stacey, and I say a very big thank you to La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Sir NS Farms and Logistics, special ice mineral water and special drinks. Thank you to DDP and of course to Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad. How could I forget? I can never forget because it's my favorite breakfast choice, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes. I've said a very big thank you to Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, to Nancy Black for my makeup, thank you, Rojuan Studio in Sacramento for my hair, thank you Jemima, and of course to Ophelia of ABS Collection for my fabulous outfit. I say thank you. Please let's welcome our guest for this week as he tells us what his visions are really turning his life into. Please let's welcome our guest, Daniel Owusu.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel.
Hey, Danny.
Shining through.
How are you? Welcome. You look like some man of God.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, it's all over you. How are you doing?
I'm grateful. I'm great. I'm good.
We thank God. I was talking about visions. And you're one person who can really tell us a lot about visions.
Yes, it's true.
Do you get visions?
Yes, I get vision.
How do you know it's a vision and not a dream?
Vision comes in three forms. We have trance, we have dream. Even you can have a dream, but yet it's still a vision. And you have open and closed visions.
Which one is that?
The open vision is when, you see, I prophesy with my eyes open. You see the prophet saying that, I prophesy with my eyes open. That is open vision. And closed vision is where you fall into a trance like that. So you begin to see things. And in the dream too, you'll be sleeping and you see yourself in a sudden unconscious, being unconscious suddenly. Then you begin to see things. These are our visions. But actually with my vision, I had my first vision when I was 4 years.
4 years? And you still remember?
I still remember. God granted me the grace to remember, actually. And I didn't know what it was then. But until he called me, I came to realize, yes, that was a vision. And guess what I saw?
I was going to ask you, at 4 years, what did you see?
I saw flying cars. And last 2 years, I was reading the books of the Dark Kingdom. And one high occultic grandmaster said he peeped through a window and he saw the devil having a meeting with some group of demons that he will manufacture flying cars in the future. And immediately I read that, I asked God that, so God, why did you make me see this at that tender age? So it was only 2 years ago that he made me understand that this is the level of your calling. And because of that level of calling, my life, I've been through a lot. I have a whole spectrum of experiences in life.
I would want you to share all of it with us.
Thank you.
If possible.
I'm grateful. It's possible.
Okay.
It's possible. Actually, I'm also Daniel, a pastor, a Presbyterian, and I just completed Dominion Theological Seminary, Action Chapel. Yeah, that's where I completed. And I was born and bred in Kumasi. That's why I stayed in. I had my tertiary education at Sunyani Polytechnic. And
what did you study?
Chartered Institute of Marketing, UK. So I completed and I became a lecturer. I was lecturing ICM Marketing, UK. But problems started when in a house there were some troubles in the house. You see, fathers. And there was no help coming, and I'm the only boy among 4 girls in the house. So my mom could look at me and be crying. My sisters would be looking at me, they didn't know what is happening to me, where am I going, who is helping you. There was no comfort in the inn, so what do? I would be walking crying, and there was no help. So then, when I was in SS, God was using me mightily. Let me say 2 great things that God used me when I was in SS. He did. I prayed for one lady. After I had prayed for her, in her own apartment. I left. And I heard her calling me back, Brother Daniel, Brother Daniel, Brother Daniel. You are standing in my room. And I said, how? I said, I am seeing you physically standing in my room. And God told me that, yes, when you were young, that's why you saw that level. That is the level I'm going to use you. So you have a
I'm confused. You were outside.
I was outside going.
Then she came back to tell you were in her room.
She went back. She has just finished with me. She escorted me. She just finished, done with me. And I was going back to school. Then I was 18 years. I was going back to school. That is a Joseph Secondary Technical School. I heard her calling, so I wanted to check on her, what was happening to her. And she said, Brad Daniel, who did I make them hope you? And I was shocked. And the Lord told me that, yes, you are standing there in a physical. That is the level of operation I want to use you as my servant. Because I knew you in the womb. And the second miracle was, I had fasted 3 days, 3 nights with no food. I was about to write my SSC, and I couldn't have time to learn all work of God. It was a mistake though, but as a young boy, you see, exuberance. So I couldn't study, and I told God that, God, if examiners could write papers, and you are all knowing, can't you help me? I was doing a Greek, and I called my friend Atta. He was doing BC, building technology. Atta, let's go, let's get to the bush, and I need some apport from God. We went to the bush, and I said, Atta, close your eyes. And Atta closed his eyes, and I took pen and paper. God, I need some apport so I can pass, because I am born to be the head, not the tail. Atta closed his eyes. The target was horticulture. The first thing I could hear, number 1A, implements, list, and label. He mentioned an instrument that I should listen to. He gave me section B, whole of section B. And he opened his eyes and asked me, what was I doing? I said, that's what God can do. That paper I had B. So God's hand was upon me then. But because there was no comfort in the inn, I went to the Polytechnic and I joined some friends, started drinking, doing all sort of things, because anytime I see my father in the house, I panic. I didn't have that peace in the house. So I love to be around friends. So that God thing went off me. And I had a passion to help the poor. And 4 sisters. So what must I do as a senior brother? Okay, I'll leave home, because I can't be staying in the home, seeing my mother cry. My sister's always looking uncomfortable. Then I'll leave the scene, whatever happens to me. So one night I packed my things. I went to the New Plant Station then, now VIP. Midnight I took a bus. I was coming. I said, God, when I go and I die, my sisters will believe their brothers died a hero. But when I make it, to you be the glory. And it was in June 2009. So when I was coming, I looked into the rear mirror and the driver was literally sleeping. I wasn't scared. I was sitting back. I wasn't scared because, after all, death is for everybody. When it happens, I go, all these will balloons will be over.
Were you thinking like that out of frustration?
Yes, of course, because there was no comfort in the inn. You'd be walking, weeping, seeing your mother crying. My life was sorrowful. And you could see somebody in the house could help, but he doesn't seem like helping. And you have a whole lot of things in your mind you want to achieve. How do you live to see your mother grown to be a grandmother, suffering, begging, your sisters being married to any kind of, a man, beating them because he is the only breadwinner. When something happens, they wouldn't have anybody to say, because of your brother, I'm giving you some kind of being a respect, because I'm nobody to be considered. I have to do something. So I sat in a car and I came. I reached Accra, 7 a.m. Where to go? I placed my goods somewhere around Odona area. And I told one lady, he said, oh, I'm looking for one guy told me that I should come and wait for him here. So please check on my things for me, I'll be back. I was going to find somewhere I'll sleep because in no time it will get late.
You didn't know anybody in
Nobody, nowhere, actually nowhere. And I decided to be around Accra, around Circle, because in Kumasi, that's what I know, Circle. So I don't want to go any far that maybe I might lose my way back up, because what I know is Circle. Stacy, I walked till 7 p.m. no help. Walked 9 p.m. no help. You go to a house, you knock, please, me free Kumasi na ba na me pacho. Me nya baby di me name go na matena krama de achi ni apamo. Because then nona this time fasting to me so atika krana me a little bit stout. Into no, either say wako wi na ma no and I say ye pew. Enti when I get to any place, they just don't give me any place to even dwell.
They just ask you out.
Just go out. So I was walking around when it got to 10 p.m. I know where I was walking? Around Mr. Base.
Okay.
Or Donna in there, that we.
Yeah.
So sometimes you could meet some people that we smokers, they will tell you, Jack, Nyamani Kurani de, oh, you, but I just don't want to bother. Because there was one song that I was singing that there's something inside so strong that is keeping me going on. And I believe that Christ in me wouldn't let me down. And I know that I wouldn't sleep outside. But yet it was 11:30 p.m.
You were still out.
I was still walking around. And then I came with 25 Ghana to start life in Accra.
25 Ghana.
25 Ghana cities.
What about it?
And it got to a point that it was in the midnight. So either you were a thief or an armed robber. Now my image has totally changed because a normal person wouldn't be walking
on the streets at
that time with such luggages. So I remember that as probably people sleep perches in the hostel. So why don't I decide to pace? I went to one hostel. I met one guy, Dennis, and I said, Dennis, I beg you, this is my story. If you reject me now, I wouldn't know my whereabouts because I've begged to even sleep at people's doorstep. They didn't allow. Everywhere disallowed me, didn't permit me. So please, God entered him and he took me up there. It was a story building. He gave me keys, he opened the room, he said, sleep. And I entered. I said, wow, God, you are too good. Even my back home, Kumasi. Thank you. Even back home in Kumasi, my barman God, you are good. And I said, only one night. A week passed, the guy didn't come to seek for me. 2 weeks, a month, 3 months.
Where was he?
He was in the same house. I don't know whether God planted forgetfulness. I was even seeking for him to permit me more days. But the guy, I just can't imagine. I wasn't paying bills, no water bill, no light bill, nothing. I was just there. And I was giving God the glory.
So and whilst you were there, what were you doing? Were you looking for a job?
I was looking for a job. And you can imagine, I didn't have iron, nothing. So I'll just take my clothes and I put it under the mattress. By the morning, maybe it would have been a little bit straight, and I just pack, I guess, some tied and straight. Office, please. When I get there, I start telling my story. Please, I need jobs desperately. I have to eat. The whole day I haven't eaten. I beg you, help me.
So instead of looking for a job, you go with your issues.
I go with my issues. Because then, I wasn't on myself. Because my mom could call me, Kojo, where are you? I said, oh, Mom, how are things? I said, things are fine. Meanwhile, the whole day, and I am the only son. And he knew that who me a very energetic, and I am a very good boy too. So when I tell her this is what I'm going through, it will
break her heart.
Yes, it will break her heart. So for the line there, for may God give me, I lied. Oh, Mom, I'm well. Come see me. I'll invite you in Accra now. What is going on, Abi? saying a lot of things. It's all lies. So time came where the hostel couldn't accommodate me anymore. I was walking around the street thinking. I saw two women. Their cars, they had a broken down vehicle and they were trying to fix it. They couldn't. So I hate to see women suffer. So I approached. I said, what is your problem? And they said, this is it. I helped them. We took the car home and they asked me, so who are you? So I am Daniel. Where are you from? I'm from Kumasi. Hey, must have Kumasi for boys way. I must be Biamu. So I was laughing. So where do you stay? I said, now I stay at the hostel, but for now, nowhere to sleep.
I'm homeless.
I'm homeless. And I told my story deeper, and one woman started tearing. That, what have you done? I said, Mom, nothing. No, you are an armed robber. Tell me the truth. Something is chasing you. I said, Mom, me. I looked into the skies. Tears started flowing. I said, stop. I believe you. She took me into her house. And I started mobbing, cleaning, going to the marketplaces, doing a whole lot of house chores in the house. The loving mother has turned to be something else. And one day I went for an online service. I came back home. She even told me that there was an online service, so I should go. I went, I came back home like 3. I called, she didn't respond. It belled and she off the phone, so I slept outside. Like 2 a.m. till morning. So when I was sleeping, I was just giving God the glory that everything happens together for good for those who trust in Him and they are called for His purpose. So daytime, I went, I didn't ask her anything. I went, I took my broom, I swept, I did everything like nothing has happened. So I thought it was that no, I can't be accommodated here anymore, so I have to leave the house.
Your actions were louder.
Yes, I left. And I went back to stay around Circle. I said, no, I have to go back to my roots. I have to stay in kiosks. So I went there. I found some kiosks, some woman called American Woman, a broken kiosk. I fixed in my things. Then freedom now, because where you have even a house not even completed, where you don't even have peace and you can have peace in a kiosk. I could have peace in a kiosk. Then I was
go and come back whenever you wanted.
Go and come back wherever you want. No. Gate doors, nothing. You just go, it's always open 24/7 hours. So I was living there, but the security-wise,
you're not safe.
Hey.
Restoration.
So one day, I remember that I could act. So why don't I join these people, this audition? So I went for an audition. During the process, I met a Nigerian who told me that, Charlie, when you have a script and you sell a script, you can have millions of CDs. I said, wow. I am a gold digger. I need money. So I'll try one. I came back on my place and said, God, I have the passion to help the poor. I hate to see women suffering. I want to prove to people that when you're in a buanipa, whether a help from man or not, grant me the grace to write this very script. When I make it, I'll go back to Kumasi and they shall understand that as you led the Israelites, they didn't know where they were going, so that you have led me here and I have made it in your name. I started writing the script. I showed to the Nigerian, he said, no, you didn't write this. I said, I did. He said, then we must start doing something. So I met with one man, he asked me, he told me that, why don't you register a production house and write more of the scripts, that you could be a producer your own. No food though, nothing, a producer. So I said,
money?
Which money? And he said, he will help me. I said, okay, I'll try. And how I eat also, I'll go to a banku seller. I will say, I'm buying 1 CD. I don't eat meat.
And I'm a vegetarian.
I don't eat meat. So he said, we brought with your baha on penam to the farmer and one cup. Because my calculate a bro, so I'm dead.
Well, okay.
Eti adopano se me di banku 1 CD na nam den kwan esi wo. Endro nwumre na ehru na fungus abani nam de garegum na se me di because who could eat the way?
You're joking.
Constantly for almost 6 months. Because in Accra, there's no place you go, they will permit you that the men turn them. So that place was a bonanza. So anytime, because you go meet some ladies, you be ferries or guys I won't turn them. So you go there and you just peg somewhere, you be standing there. Oh, tell Brian, they are non colonel, they need the same for cry. Back here, my man, I'm the Korean baby. And I'm on so. Most times, meaning you may not say. But God was so grateful for Mama Nyari. During that time, say, now I love music. Now I love music. I listen to any kind of music. I feel music be shemwa. Now me yari. Apart from gospel music, me play at once sudden sickness off. Now me okay. So what is happening to me? Okay. Now me the old songs, hip life songs in the shame. Sunday after all, it doesn't say anything for funny. So me the shame suddenly. Na me yare, me doom, na me me. Okay, let me change and go to another song. Unless I play gospel, I don't cry no, the worship. And now, I rather from born in Cherry Media before can say it is a mini freedom on home you. And then what is going on? I didn't know that the devil was pursuing me gradually because of the things that I saw when I was a little boy. And one prophet has told me that he has seen the devil pointing his hands at me, and I should be very careful because he's the accuser of the brethren and he wants to destroy me as he did to Joshua. But then I had forgotten that prophecy, so I was doing what I want.
During such times, you would always forget.
I was doing what I want, Stacy.
And had the vision stopped?
No. Now it's deeper. To God be the glory. Since I obeyed, I've been seeing Jesus more times. Sickness came. I became so sick, I didn't know where. My heart started beating very fast, very rapid. You'll be sitting, you see death approaching. I went to the hospital and the doctor looked at me and he said, you are having some kind of problem in your mind. What is your problem? Are you going mad? I said, no. What is wrong with you? I'll tell him a lot of things because I don't know what is wrong with me. And the sickness was becoming harder, serious, and I couldn't control. Last time I was in my room and as I'm talking with you, if I become quiet now, I'll begin to become unconscious, sleeping to death, unless I start to jump and behave like a madman. So when I behave like a madman, the voice of the devil in my mind telling me, I will kill you, I will lose that thought. So I'll be okay. So at a point in time, I have to be a madman. So I'll be walking around Accra. When that thought comes, if I don't take care and I pay heed to the voice, I'll fall. So I have to be jumping. So
sometimes you see, you're walking and you're hearing voices and you're wondering what is it from?
And that
was that exactly?
Yes. So the madman, they hear so much voices.
You see them dance, you see them talking to people, and you're asking yourself.
But the difference between I and them, it was like I didn't obey. I had to behave in a way, not to focus
opposite
on not to, yes.
What they were saying.
Yes. So one midnight, I was there, death just dropped on me. I rushed. I stood up. I said, God, I can't die in this very room. After all, when I die here, in the morning, a tall man dead, they'll be taking my body. So I just went to Ridge Hospital. I sat by the mortuary, and I was waiting to die, and they take me inside.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious. I have every document, every report here.
So you went there yourself?
I went there myself.
No doctor asked you? You just went to sit?
I went to sit. I actually took a cab, dropping, so I'll be faster, then I wouldn't die in the taxi. Because that time, there was a problem in the house that I was living. So if I die in the house, maybe they could think I was the cause, but I knew my problem. And I'm innocent from that thing that was happening in the house. So I was thinking of dying in the hospital. But what was giving me the strength to be strong then was when I remember that I have the poor to take care of. And I have sisters back home and a weeping mother. And I said, no, God, I wouldn't die.
Didn't anybody come to question you, young man, what are you doing here?
I went there, I sat, and one nurse came. What are you doing here? I said, I'm sick. And go to the doctor. She took my folder. We went to the doctor. The doctor asked me, what is wrong with you? And I said, doctor, I don't know, but I'm sick. I am dying. The doctor was looking at me. You know what he said? He wrote on my file. It's on my file. Anxiety disorder. In the morning, you nurse, direct her to opposite the psychiatric, that they could give him some of the medicines they give to those people who are.
So you thought you had gone bonkers?
Yes. So when I went out, the nurse told me that don't go there. If you go there and you take it, you will be mad. So I realized that no, I'm from Kumasi. I can't die in Accra. So I paid car back to Kumasi so I can die home. All was about the calling, but I didn't know. So I went home, and my mom asked me, what is wrong with you? I said, Mom, I'm sick. We went to G, and they... Convanoche. And they were checking my blood pressure, 190 something. And the doctor just paused and looked at me. Young man, what is wrong with you? That time, as I am sitting with you right now, you could have heard my heartbeat. Gigim, 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 gigim. I couldn't sleep. I can't eat. I can't even take water. Nothing, because I knew I'm going to die. And the devil kept speaking to me.
Negativity.
Negativity. You could hear the voice clear. I will kill you. You wouldn't keep long. And people dead will be coming in front of your eyes. So, Abi, no.
You're finished.
You're finished. So I was looking for paper to write my will.
What did you have?
Ask me now. Nothing. Nothing do I have. Maybe a script there that I wrote that I left in Accra. Maybe somebody should sell it for. Nothing. Because when I was coming, the woman that gave me the 25 guide, I wanted to show some kind of like appreciation. So some of the names might come. So if I die and the monies that comes, maybe you have to pay some of these people because it helped me. That was the impression. We went back to the hospital and they gave me a blood pressure. When I take the drug, the more my heart beats. I was going around like that, to and fro. My sisters were weeping. My brother was standing looking at me. What is wrong with you, Kwajo? I can't also explain because I don't know where. The next day I went back to the hospital and we met another doctor. And she said, God is with you. Because the drug that they gave you could have dropped your heart to beat lower instantly. And that one could kill you. I don't know why you are still alive. And she gave me a little bit lower in milligram than the drug I was taking. And I was asked to go and do labs for my sugar level because maybe it's diabetes, symptoms of diabetes. I went and I did it and I brought a report. The doctor looked at me. I said, no. The report I am having is like somebody who has been diabetic for over 10 years. Your sugar level, I can't explain. No, go and do it again. What is wrong with you? And you know where we do the lab? Close to the mortuary. So when I was passing, I don't look at the mortuary.
Because you're already hearing voices.
Voices. Then I was working with she was my girlfriend, not my wife. Now she's my wife. And she said, Daniel, this is the call of God. Leave the doctors. Let's go home. Let's go.
God
take
spoke to her.
And I said, I will pay heed to your voice. I wouldn't do anything. Then we went home. So one week we met my mother, and my mother said, no, I want to take you to a sorry fee that a pastor may pray for you. Okay, fine. I will obey you, because if I don't obey and I die, you say I didn't obey. So let me obey you and I die. So I obeyed my mother. She took me to one prophet. The prophet looked at me and said, you are very rich. You become big in the future, and I see you prospering. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there dying. What is this guy telling? What is this prophecy all about? God didn't make him see anything about my sickness, so he could help me. And I said, okay, fine. Lord, now I know your hands is in this. I will stop this drug and believe in you. Then I was having panic attacks, nervous breakdown, a lot of sicknesses that I can't explain. Lots of them.
One person,
lots of them. Insomnia, I couldn't sleep. Lots of them. And I said I'll stop taking this drug. And I became so inquisitive to look at that. I don't know whether I should call it the prescription. No, was it a prescription form? And they were written, dangers. If you stop taking this drug, every organ in your body will rot. Your heart, your lungs, your liver, everything will rot. I told my mother that this is what they've written on it. She said, why? My mother left, and I'm talking here. Say, if I perish, I perish. The next 3 days, the church was near a certain bush. I was feeling uneasy, very uneasy, and the pain had become higher than before. So you see boys, excuse me to say, bush there, you see. So I went there to, let me call it, bush washroom. I went to the bush washroom. And guess what? After, only maggots. A heap of maggots.
From within.
From within. I was looking at them, mingling and swaddling around there. So it don't happen.
And you had distributed them from your stomach?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. It was heaped like that.
How high?
Oh, like this level. Oh, yes. And there were many.
This is not a script, is it?
You see?
It's not a script.
I tell you.
Real life.
Real life.
Came from
me. I looked at it and I said,
were you not afraid? I would scream at seeing that.
See, I wasn't afraid. When I looked at it, I said, no, with this, I must have faith in God. And God started giving me flashes of things he had done with me. People he had healed through my hands when I was even a little boy. And the worst thing God told me was, Daniel, if you don't have faith to stop this sickness, it will kill you.
Restoration.
So I didn't tell anybody. I just covered it. I came.
You left it there?
I left it. I covered it with sand because maybe somebody come to see and investigate who the person is. They would track me. So I left it. I came back to the church. When I'm in a church, I have like about 20 sachets of water by me because of the diabetes. You see, when you are diabetic, you drink a lot of water because if you don't inject insulin, so the symptoms were there. So the doctor was true that I am diabetic. So by now, I'll have taken about maybe 10. So I wasn't sitting in the church. Small time, you go, urinate, you come, you go, and all symptoms was all over, and death was all over. Even in the church, death was approaching. The pastor will be preaching, and he will see me raise my hands. Pastor, pastor, pastor. You ask me what? I'll ask any question, mad question, because if I don't ask that mad question, that kind of noise from the devil will just kill me. So I stopped, and I sat, and I left the church. I went to stay somewhere with the lady because she's the only person I can confide in as far as Christ is concerned, because she used to be hearing the voice of God. So God started speaking through her to me that, keep praying, I will heal you, keep praying. When you
So you were hearing the voice of God yourself at this time?
Yes, at this time as I'm sitting, yes, I hear.
God speaks to you?
God speaks to me because I have obeyed. It's all started when I started obeying, started praying. Every midnight I pray. He started making me see things, taking my spirit places, visiting me. Sometimes you'll be sleeping, you see your spirit coming out. At a point in time, it was like, I want to go and sleep early because I'll leave my body. It became like an adventure.
Isn't that scary?
Oh no, it's a very nice experience because you'll be there and you feel his presence and you see your body coming out and he will hold your hands, teaching you and telling you the things you should understand and where he wants to take you to.
What are some of the things he's revealed to you?
One, he made me understand my calling. That I called you when you were in the womb. I made you saw what you saw at the age of 4. Excuse me, because of the level I want to take you to. You have to fast, you have to pray, and he took me to places where you could see demons and their power and how they could exude power so that you'll be strong. So that was some of the things he was making me see educating me that I will be serious in prayer. So as I sit here, every week I fast 4 days. And I pray almost 5 hours in a day. Because of some of the things he made me see.
And hear.
And all this while the sickness was there. He hasn't taken it off.
So at the time you had just decided to depend on your partner and you were praying together alone, did God do anything special to change your story?
Yes. What he did was, one day I was praying and I saw the heavens open and I saw lights descending into the room. And he said, my servant, I have called you and I have ordained you that you shall stand. And through you, I will make a turn in this end time generation. Be still and be strong and be fearless, for I am with you. I wept the whole day.
So when you saw the light come into the room, what, did it remain a light or you saw an image?
It remained a light and the voice was like a light and a voice.
How does the voice sound?
Very gentle, very loving. Words on earth can't explain. The love of Christ, I just say I can't explain. Because the moment you hear that audible voice in that compassionate form, every faith lost will be rebuilt.
So would you say Christ exists?
Oh, Jesus is Lord. And he has his power working in our time. That is something that God did. I was staying at Medina. And I used to pray at midnight. It has become a lifestyle now. There was one tree, orange tree, I pray under. But when I go and I pray under that tree, when I see rains. So one day I was passing under and a web just passed. I said, hey, 10 times Ben I see to me free. Adriana say, to me hearing them who said petrol was just some ow. It flew towards me at a speed. I'm not meaning any she say no, not so fly back. Let me see do I see an mefa. So I started praying under that tree. Stacy, 1 month, the tree withered. The leaves were breaking like biscuits. The tree died.
Was it a dry season?
No, rainy season. And a house just close to our house, there was one man who used to come and pluck some oranges from that tree. He was annoyed that who has killed this very tree? Who has burned the tree? So he came around, he didn't see any fire. And God told me, in my time, I cursed the tree and it died. But in your time, you wouldn't curse. Your prayer will destroy the tree. For what I have said in my word shall be fulfilled, that what I did in your time, you will do exceedingly if you obey and understand my prayer.
When the tree died, did anything special happen?
Myself, I only saw the tree withering, dying off. It happened 2013 April. So one morning I decided, no, this is a miracle. And I have its footage. So it just died like that. So after a while, one guy came and told me that a seer said that tree has been a demonic tree for that area. I said, okay.
Oh, so the prayer killed the tree. The
prayer killed the tree, and the tree died. So 2 months later, one woman stayed in the house. I left there before the tree fell. I was there, she called me, hey, brother, would you an ebu? I'm saying, I have the footage there. So Jesus is alive in his power. And he's always there to save. He's always there to heal. He's always there for people who will open their hearts for him. There is something when I started working with God, he has made me understood that when you walk in purity, in holiness and in righteousness and in truth, and you really doesn't care about the physical gains, he will do a lot of great things with you.
You do it exceedingly
abundantly and above all.
Far above you could ever ask or think.
That's it. That's it.
What's your medical condition now?
Now, I'm terrific. I'm good.
No diabetes?
Is it?
No diabetes?
No diabetes. You see, one shocking news was when he told me to go to the Bible school, the sickness was there. I was feeling every pain, every heart pain. Every pain was there. And I said, God, the school is asking me to go for a medical. So when I go and they identify these things in me, how would they accept me? And you are calling me. And he said, go. Believe you me, I went there. The doctor said, oh, because you're a young guy and you want to become a pastor, I will do a whole lot of checks for you that you know your health, your state. I didn't like it one bit, but who am I? Because when you do a whole lot of checkups and you come to identify that something is not right somewhere, it wouldn't. But believe you me, I have it here. He did it, and he wrote under the comment, physically fit.
Wow.
Meanwhile, in me, I was sick.
Wow.
I was physically fit.
When you're on the airport.
But the doctor wrote physically fit.
These are some of the things God can do.
It's true. It's true. And he's been so good. He's been so good in my life. And when you obey God in that manner, people that bless you, he blesses them. Yeah. And people that curses you, he curses them.
Thank you very much. Today, for once, I was just enjoying listening.
Thank you.
Because you've shared very deep stuff with us today.
Thank you.
And I'm sure it's going to encourage a lot of young men and women who have come all the way from their villages, from their towns, to find a living in Accra that all is not lost. You can still make it. If only you believe in God and know that he's the only one who can see you through. So I want to thank you one more time. And I know you're going to be a great motivation to most of these young women and young men who come to Accra to see greener pastures. I'd like to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Special Ice Mineral Water, Sir NS Farm, and Logistics. I'm saying thank you to GTP News Style, to hooch corn and chocolate flakes, to Yas washing powder, to Yas sanitary pads. Ladies, I hope you're really enjoying your Yas sanitary pads, right? Yeah, your Yas time. Thank you very much to Nancy Black for my makeup, to Roji Hair Studio for my hair. Same time next week, we will be here to give you another story that is sure to send you on the next move of your life. See you next week.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you. There is hope for the tired and weary. Open your eyes and you will see the perfect friend in me. Restoration, restoration, restoration. It's easy. Restoration, restoration, restoration. It's easy. This is where to share it all. A common place for one and all. Let's hold each other's hands and stand tall. Set yourself free.